And I am deeply, deeply disappointed that Scotland has been left off this bill. Yeah. And I think if Northern Ireland is to be included in this bill, I can see absolutely no reason why Scotland can't be too.
And particularly the Northern Irish members on this matter. But certainly, I mean, Northern Ireland is a very special case of its own anyway, for reasons we all know. Is there a reason why the Scottish Parliament, the Scottish Government, couldn't simply replicate this bill and carry it through?
Right Honourable Gentleman for his intervention. There is absolutely no reason, and they are indeed prepared to do that, and there is ongoing work in this case, but it will mean that Scottish victims will have to wait longer for exoneration.
Would the Honourable Lady allow?
Okay.
The Scottish Parliament has provisions in its own standing orders for emergency procedures, just as we have. It would be open to them to do it in 3 days if they chose to.
Yes. I thank the Right Honourable Gentleman for his intervention.
I'm extremely grateful to her. I'm absolutely willing to listen to the case that she's making, that you could amend this bill in theory to cover Scotland. I don't, if I'm being honest, follow the logic that it would take longer to pass a bill in the Scottish Parliament affecting Scottish subpostmasters than to amend this. And to be honest, I don't agree with the point that extending to Northern Ireland would any adversely way affect the Scottish situation.
And the Honourable Member has every right to disagree with me, but I come back to my main point that the Scottish legislation would have to be a mirror of what is done here, so that we're treating victims across the piece the same way, but there have to be certain amendments made because of Scots law. And that's my point, because we can't do it in Scotland until it's done here, so that it actually mirrors and is reflective of what has been done here. The whole business of Horizon arose here, under the Post Office Limited, which is wholly owned by the government, UK government, being the single shareholder. So there is a logic to saying the mess is made here, it should be cleared up here. Yeah. Now,
most grateful to the Honourable Lady, and she has been very generous in giving way. In terms of the Scottish Government wanting to see what happens here, we've heard that it can be done in 3 days. The Honourable Lady is saying they want to see what happens here. Once legislation goes through here, in a matter of days, not weeks, in a matter of days, it can be replicated in Scotland, and it can be passed in 72 hours. So, given that this matter has been going on for years and years and years, the concept that it can get through in Scotland in a few days more, I fail to understand what the big issue is as far as the Honourable Lady's argument is concerned.
There is absolutely no guarantee that it would just be a few days more. But at different timings of Scottish Parliament sittings, there's lots of considerations that the Honourable Member won't know about and doesn't normally need to know about. So, and it's the Scottish Government's belief that the bill could be amended to take into consideration the differences in legal terms. For example, there'd have to be a line on embezzlement, and there would have to be different measures, different amendments made to make it apply in Scotland, and covering all the different. I'm well aware that this may seem a futile exercise to some, but this is democracy. And this is what has to be done from a Scottish perspective, and I'm more than happy to take that on board.